Hi everyone. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in San Jose, California, and I'm excited to bring today's topic to you all. Hi, Social Aqua. Thank you for joining us. Today I'll be discussing goal setting. Hi, Elo. Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim. Thank you for joining. So today I'll be discussing how to set goals and actually achieve them. So let me pin it right here. Thank you, Kadinko, for joining. Thank you, Sasha and Harris. Thank you. So today we're discussing, thank you so much for the compliments, how to set, thank you, Rama. Okay, how to set goals and achieve them. Yes, so we are getting there. A friend of mine, I was discussing with a friend of mine last night, and she was like, how do you set goals? How do you set goals and how do you keep to it? Keep at it and achieve all of these goals. I'm like, don't you have you don't have a journal, where you keep this, write these things down, as they come. Thank you, Cover Me Cute. Thank you for joining. How to set goals and achieve them. Oh, awesome. Oh, there's a lot to, write down today, in today's session. And by the way, this is a token of my appreciation for my 500 subscribers on YouTube. So I decided to come live every Wednesday as a token of my appreciation. I call it Wednesday Giveback series. So today we'll be discussing how to set goals and achieve them. But first, I would like to start by defining what a goal is. Before I proceed, please feel free to drop your notes, your comments. I want this section to be as interactive as much as possible. I want to learn from you as well, So yeah, let me go ahead by defining what a goal is. So a goal is an idea of a future or desired result that a person or group of persons, envision, plan, and commit to achieve. It's something that you envision to achieve, something that it's like a mental state. You already have a mental picture of what you want to happen, in future. So it could be towards how to further your education. You can have a goal towards, saving to buy a house, have a goal towards, expanding your business, have a goal towards, thank you, Blessing Okoye. Thank you for joining. And thank you guys, So it could be having a goal towards, buying a house, buying a land, buying properties, or, it's towards any project at all. So let's keep going, So, the first thing I want you to note is that you have to know what you want, have a mental picture of it and write it down. A goal if you don't write it out, it's just a wish. A goal that is not written down is just a wish. You're just wishing. That's wishful thinking. Yes. Tito's Delight, thank you for joining. So you must have a mental picture of what you want you plan to achieve. And if you don't plan, like they say, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So what are you pretty much planning to achieve? What are you planning towards? What are your goals? What are those things that you want to get done before the end of 2020 or from the first quarter of 2021? What are your goals? I'm sure some people will be like, you're already talking about 2021 when I don't even have goals. There's still a lot to be done, in 2020. We still have 3 months, after September, So guys, you need to have a plan, a goal. You have to write it down first and foremost, Number 2, I want you to note that if you do not put in efforts, no efforts is equal to no goal achieving. You must be willing to put in the effort. So it's like you want to, thank you, Nadia. So it's like you plan to let's say maybe you're planning towards achieving a kind of body fitness, for example, and if you don't put in any effort, maybe you weigh maybe 300 pounds or something, or 400 pounds, and you plan to go down to maybe about, say, 200, before the end of the year, but you're still eating your burgers, you're still, Thank you, NK. Excuse me. Thank you, guys. So if you plan to lose weight and you're not putting in any effort, you're still eating burgers, you're still eating out, you're still, eating junks, then you're not putting in any effort. You're not working out. Today, I did 1,000 skips. and it helps a lot. It helps to keep you alive. Helps to keep you, smart, and, helps you to get articulated, put your thoughts together, and, it helps your well-being, and you're able to think, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So note that if you do not put in any effort, then you cannot achieve any results. Yes, no effort. Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim TV. Yeah, if you don't put in any effort, there's nothing to achieve. And it is imperative to have a clear notion, of what your goal is. If, like my friend that I was discussing with last night, she needs to know what are her goals. If you have a YouTube channel like me, if you have a goal like, okay, I want to get monetized before this month, you find out that you start working towards it. You're not playing. You're not here to play. Hi Joel. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want it to grow, you're looking at your subscribers, you're looking at, how many people you have right now, what's your goal for next, for next week. You should have daily plans. What are those daily goals that you have set, to achieve this goal, your monthly plan. You have a big version of it, and then you have it broken down into smaller, bits where you can actually, achievable daily goals, that will help you to meet up with your main goal. So a goal can be set for any situation. It could be as small as making sure that you prepare your meals, in a day. I asked the question yesterday on my page. I said, do you cook or do you prefer to eat out? And a lot of people were like, oh, I cook. Majority of people actually, how can I make more sales? I see people visiting my page, but not many sales. Okay, Jewel's Boutique. Okay, so we'll be talking about that. Let me put it down. People visiting my page. No sale. Okay, so we'll trash that, along the line. So please come with me, follow me on this. So Zaki, thank you for joining us. So like I said, a goal can be for any situation. You might want to have a schedule. First, you start by having a schedule, and then you make sure that you keep at it. There's no excuse. And that is, your path towards greatness. You notice that, hi, Mariam, thank you for joining, my namesake. You notice that people, successful people have a schedule. They have a routine, so you start by having, when I was in the university, I have friends that, when I say, okay, what are your plans for next month? And they tell me they already have plans for next year. I'm like, what? I'm not kidding you. Today maybe we're currently in September and they have plans for September next year. They already have plans. Okay, by September next year, I'm already in Cancun. I bought the tickets. Honestly, you need to start, and it starts from now. So you must have a goal for everything that you want to do, everything that you want to achieve. And now that we have a clear understanding of the word goal, I defined goal earlier as an idea of your future or desired results, that a person or a group of people want to achieve, that they envision, plan, and commit to achieve. So you should commit. Yes, you should have goals, set of goals, and stick to it. Yes, thank you, Sasha Harris. Yes, that is so true. So now that we have a clear understanding of what the word goal is, let's find out why it's important to set those goals. Number one, you should, it helps you to make an effort. It helps you not just to sit down. You can't just be sitting pretty. If you have a goal, you already have something you're planning towards. You already have something you're planning to achieve, and if you do not have those goals written down, you're just still playing. You're still doing business as usual. So if you don't want to have business as usual, you have to do things differently. Like the lady that, hi Magenta, thank you for joining. Like the lady that asked that she's not making sales on her page, but she has lots of likes and all of that. It's time to re-strategize. It's time to have a rethink. Thank you, Dakpo. It's time to have a rethink. You sit down and you ask yourself, what are the things? What are the things that I need to improve on? What are the things I need to, research? Research is number one. You need to go and do extensive research. You can't have the answer just blank, just like that, on just one episode. There's a lot that needs to be put in place. How is your marketing? For instance, the lady that asked the question that people are visiting our page but no sales. How is your marketing? You can't be doing market if you're doing zero marketing. Then how do you expect to make sales? You need to put the word out there. Are you telling people? Are people getting? Are people knowing about your products every day, every second? Yes, Joel's Boutique. I'm glad. You're most welcome. You need to put in marketing. Marketing effort. You have to re-strategize. I'm telling you. I join a lot of Facebook groups, and people share their strategies on how they took their businesses from researching. Oh my goodness, I tell you, commitment to extensive research needs to be in place. Yes, research is everything. I sleep at 4 a.m. every day. I am doing research every single day. And I have a schedule. And I sleep during the day. Don't worry, I get my 8 hours sleep in a day. So it's not like I'm just working and overworking myself. I try as much as possible to eat at least 3 fruits in a day, and I do my exercise. I've done my 1,000 skips today, and I'm good to go. You can see that I'm all fired up. So these are things that you need to put in place to make sure that you achieve your goals. So like I was saying, why is it important for you to set those goals? If you're willing to improve yourself, if you're yearning to improve, one way or the other, whatever career, wherever you fall, whatever category that you fall at any stage of your life, if you want more, if you're willing to improve yourself, then you need to continue. Yes, you can also use JB Jewels. You can use Facebook adverts. It's very, very effective. And then before you just throw in those adverts, before you just start paying for it, learn about how to create funnels. So do you have a website? Let me know. Just put it in the comment section. Do you have a website? And then do you have the Facebook funnel already set up? So that it will target your potential clients. You won't just be advertising to everybody and anybody, people that don't need your products. Is it a niche based product? Or let me know in the comments, so that we can trash this thing together, because I'm doing a lot of research right now, so feel free to ask your questions and we'll trash it all together. So, willingness to improve yourself. Thank you, Shadolas, for joining us. Willingness to improve yourself, then, for example, now I gave the example of losing weight, earlier. You have to make an effort, change your diet, your lifestyle, and then, diet plus lifestyle changes will give you your desired look or figure, or the pounds that you're trying to shed. If you're trying to lose weight and you're still eating junks, or you're not exercising, awesome. Joel's, I'll check out your boutique after this live. Thank you so much, Joel's Boutique. Something right now. Boutique. Okay, so I'll check it out after the live. So that's pretty much it. So you must have a goal, and then you must put in efforts. If you're trying to lose weight, you look at the diet, you change your diet, and then you also change your fitness, your what's it called, your lifestyle changes. You have any specific book you can recommend with regards to those things? Okay, Mr. Dapo, I will respond to you much later about that. I'll respond to you later. Thank you very much for that question. A clear notion of what the goal is, let's say, for instance, is to lose 10 kg. So you ask yourself, okay, what are those things I need to give up? For me, right from time, I've always loved to look good. Thank you, Obiwuru Pleasant. Thank you. I've always loved to look good. Dapo Ibrahim, I know that, we went to the same university, and if you look at me today, I'm sure you can say I haven't really changed much, as it were. And that is because I do a lot of workouts. Like, it's not easy. I have 2 kids, and I just try to look as good and as presentable as possible, at least for my own good, for my own physical and, for my own health, for my mental and physical well-being. I have to take care of myself. Sometimes I go on fasts. I was telling my friend the other day that during my NYSC, I was fasting. I would fast 21 days, 3 times, 63 days of fasting. It was not an easy something. And by the time I'm done with the fast, apart from me praying and all of that, my figure was on point. Don't let me hype myself too much. Anyway, so have a clear notion of what your goal is. Maybe is to yes, you must have a goal. Even if you are launching a new business, you must have a goal. If you don't have a goal, you are just playing, honestly. And the moment you begin to realize it, that is when you put in strategic efforts to make sure that these things happen. Now, Joel's Boutique, ask yourself, how much do I want to make this month? If you have it in your head. I also have to keep 7. Awesome. And 3. Awesome. That is so cool. So you ask yourself, how much do I want to make this month? Okay. So how much products do you have? Okay. How many do you have to sell to make that amount, that X amount? They're not just gonna bring random numbers from the sky or from the blues. So ask yourself, and how much products do you have enough products to cover how much you're looking at? And then you market. You have to market your products. Pay for this thing, and don't forget to build your sales funnel. So let's go ahead with this. So the willingness to improve yourself, the drive to change what can be changed, and to enforce these changes just to meet your goals. You have to be willing to put in that work. You have to be willing to put in the extra efforts. If you want something different, you have to be willing to do something differently. You can't just be sleeping, and be watching Netflix and expect that everything will fall in place now. No, things don't fall in place for people, all the successful people that you have seen, and I always mention Kevin Hart every single time. The guy reminds me of, what it takes to be a great person. The guy is always working, he's always grinding. When you see Kevin Hart, you see work. And I'm sure he's afraid of something. He's probably running away. Yes, I know he's a millionaire. I'm sure he's close to becoming a billionaire. But I'm sure he's afraid of not having. So there are things that will drive you. You have to be willing to, improve yourself. You have to be willing to make an effort, and you have to have a clear notion of what you want, of the goal that you are trying to achieve. You're trying to, make to come to pass. Take for instance, if you are a salary earner and you want to buy a house or something, you need to know how much you have to save every month, to be able to buy a house. You give yourself a timeline. Okay, in the next 2 years, once I'm on this job, I need to have this thing in place. In the next 1 year, and then if it has to do with having a side hustle, you can also have a business on the side, something that would complement what you already have, so that you don't spend all your life waiting and living on salary. When I was working in the bank, I don't even know when they pay salary, because I was doing my business. I was running my business. And like I said earlier, my business, sometimes I make my salary in a day from my business, so you ask yourself, what are those things that you need to put in place? It could be having a side hustle, something to complement what you currently do, which is not a bad idea at all. Any growth is better than no growth. Growth is growth, so let's not forget that in setting these goals and in achieving these goals, let's not forget the importance of exercising as well. It might look like, what's exercise and goal setting? Oh, yes. Exercise has a lot to do with achieving your goals. You will notice that Alicia Keys, I think she dropped a new album last week. You will notice that she has lots of clips of her working out, with her husband and all of that. It helps you to stay on track. It helps your mental your mental well-being. It helps you, so have a workout plan for yourself. When you work out, have you noticed that when you're working out, you are more fired, you are fired up, you are gingered? Like me, I have lots of strategies that I plan while I'm working out, and I do a lot of researches too when I'm working out. I listen to podcasts, I listen to things that would add value to my life. So make sure that you work out. Workout helps a lot. It helps to while you're working out, you secrete a chemical called dopamine, and of course, we've all heard about dopamine. It helps the brain to interpret fear as less stress. It helps you to burn those things that would ordinarily make you scared. It helps you to kind of like diffuse it into something smaller, something that you can handle. So workout really helps. The dopamine also acts as a motivator. And that's why I said whenever I work out, I have inspirations. I have things that are coming. More ideas are coming. Okay, you can do things differently. You can do things this way, and then you find out that the things that have been looking so hard, so difficult for you, you find out that we work out, we are able to achieve all those things, without any issues. So now let's talk about the strategy for our goal achievement. Hi sis, Sister Mariam, thank you for joining. Strategy for goal achievements. Number one, commit to action. So instead of just writing down the goals, instead of just writing down those plans, commit, have a set date. Commit to making those things happen, because if you don't have a date, you're just playing. You're just still going in circles. So beyond writing down those goals that you have for yourself and for your business, for your personal growth, you must commit to action. Have set dates, a date that you want these things to happen. You don't just keep postponing. Okay, I'll do it next month. When next month comes, you say, oh, okay, next month. You say next month never ends. So you need to commit to action. Then number two, you can also find accountability partners. I've asked these questions, this question a couple of times on my Instagram page. I ask people, do you have besties or accountability partners? People that will ginger you, people that will remind you of your goals. And besides, I have a Facebook group. It's called Business Moguls, and I ask these questions every single time. I remind every one of us, in the group, have you set your goals? How far along have you gone? On Wednesdays today, they will get posts like how far along have you gone with your goals? On the scale of 1 to 100, have you been able to achieve 50% of it, 70, 80, 90? Let's know what's this week looking like. By the time you assess yourself in the middle of the week, you know what you're planning towards before the end of the week. So get accountability partners. And if you don't have one, feel free to join my Facebook group. That is where we can all ginger ourselves collectively. I'll remind you to set your goals every week. I will remind you. Trust me. Need to go. Oh, that's fine. Thank you so much, Girls Boutique. I appreciate you. It was fun having you here. So set your goals. Remind yourself every single time. Get accountability partners. People that will remind you. People that will ginger you. And feel free to join my Facebook group, and that will serve that purpose for you. So if you have any goal, if you have anything you're working towards, anything you're planning towards at all, you must have a set goal, and accountability partners will help you to achieve those goals as well. So take advantage of that opportunity. I will drop this video on YouTube when I'm done, and then feel free, I'll drop the links to the Facebook group and all of that. And you can also find it on my Instagram bio. Just click on the bio and then you find the link to my Facebook group. So feel free to join and I'll accept you. I would and that's pretty much it. So have accountability partners, and then now we're going to talk about the tips to set and achieve your goals. So I'll be talking about the SMART goal setting method. Like SMART, SMART. So number one, what I want to talk about is specific. SMART. Sasha, feel free, join my Facebook group. You'll be fine. I can assure you that. There's nobody that has joined our group that will not say, man, you're always reminding me of my goals. You have made me more focused, so please feel free to join my Facebook group. That is going to set that's going to handle all of that for you. So, like I was saying, let's talk about the SMART code, SMART, so for setting our goals. So the first thing we want to do is set specific goals. You know the exact thing you want to achieve. What's your goal? So let it be specific. Let it be measurable. Let it be relevant. Let it be, SMA. Let it be attainable. Let it be specific. Let it be measurable. Let it be attainable. If it's attainable, then that, okay, you're not just wishing for the stars or just wishing for the moon, So let it be something realistic, you know what I mean? Attainable. Then relevant. Let it be something relevant. And let it be time bound. Time bound. If you don't set a time to, achieving your goals, you're just playing. You want to achieve something, but there's no time to it. You have to give yourself a timeline. Okay, if you, like last year, I was writing real estate license exams, and I told myself I have to get this. This will sound crazy. I told myself I have to get my license before this set date. Okay, so I started writing the exam. I wrote the first one, I passed. I wrote the second one, I passed. I wrote the third one. I was pregnant with my son at the time, and then I fainted. But I passed the exam. Right after writing the exam, and that was what made me take a pause a little bit. But if you have a specific dates that you want to achieve anything, set that date and commit to it. At least now I have I'm done with all the courses. Thank you to Square Model. Thank you, mommy, new mommy. Thank you for joining us. So I have it sitting right there already. And now it's time for me to write the federal and state license and get my license and be good to go. So now let's go straight into the setting the goals. Number one, set goals that motivate you. Set goals. It's important for you to set goals that will motivate you. Goals that will ginger you, goals that you have a mental picture of where you see yourself with those goals, and you're fired up. You're like, okay, yes, let's do this. I can do this. And don't forget, the other ones I highlighted before. Now, don't forget to get accountability partners, and don't forget to have it written down. If you don't have it written down, you're just still playing or still moving in circles. So you need to set goals that motivate you. For those goals to be meaningful, put in this SMART, SMART, into consideration. The first one is to set specific goals, and it must be clear. Your goal must be clear and well defined. Don't put something that is so clumsy that even you, when you read it, you're like, what was I talking about when I wrote this thing? No, put something that is straightforward, something that even you can easily relate to. Even when you're sleeping and you just woke up, you can easily say, okay, let me take a look at this thing. Okay, you've seen it. Okay, let me start working towards this thing. So set set goals that are specific and are clear and well defined. Make it easy, so that you can know precisely where you want to end up. So number two is set measurable goals. Set measurable goals. Include precise amounts. I was talking to the other lady the other time. I was asking her to write down how much is she expecting to make from her business, every month in, month out. And then you can now start working towards it. How much products do you have? Can it cover the amounts that you're looking at that you want to make in that month? So set measurable goals. Include precise amounts, dates, and any other variance that and that is necessary to achieve those goals. It could be, if your goal is to reduce expenses, there's no way to measure your progress. So you need to know how much are you trying to reduce from the costs that you incur every month. So you need to write it down. Let it be something that is measurable. And then number three, set attainable goals. So make sure that it's possible for you to achieve all the goals that you have set. So for the lady that we're talking earlier, the lady that runs a boutique, you can go to other boutiques in your niche, and find out what they are doing on their pages, how often they run promos, when they post and all of that. Just take your time to study. And like I said, research. So in the sensors, thank you for joining. And then set relevant goals. Set relevant goals. You can't just go and pick a goal from nowhere. You know what I mean? So set relevant goals, something that you can relate with and it's possible for you to achieve at the same time. So another thing is make sure that your goals are relevant to the direction that you yourself want in life. Make sure that you keep those goals and get yourself aligned with those goals. You will develop the focus that you need to get ahead and in the fields that you're most interested in. So the last but not the tip, set time-bound goals. You must have a set date that you want to achieve this thing. You must have that date and you have to run with it. Because if you don't have a date, if you don't have a specific date, then you're still, you're not serious yet. So be sure to write it down. Set, those dates. Make sure that it's measurable. Make sure that it's time bound. You already have a set date for it. And then I also want to say this. Set goals by writing them down. I already said that earlier. Create a plan of action. When I was in the bank, we have this action plan. They're like, okay, what are your what's your target for this month and what's your action plan? Okay, go and get $1 million this month. Okay, what's my action plan? Okay, speak with this client, speak with this other client, talk to this client. You write it down. You're looking at the probable solutions where you can find solutions to making those plans come to happen. come to pass. So you begin to narrow it down to action plans, write them down, those little steps that you would take to make those things happen. You write them down. They are called plan of action. They are called actionable steps, steps that you have to take towards making it happen. And then number 5, stick with your goal. Yes, I know, like I said, when you work out, you have this dopamine rush and you're all fired up, you're having more ideas, great ideas, but don't forget to stick to that goal. Yes, it's okay to have great ideas, more goals and all of that. You can write those ones and put them aside, but don't have too many, ideas jumping and contrasting one another. So be sure to stick to that goal. If you have another one, yeah, it's okay, you can write it down and know that, okay, you're going to face this one much later. I made a video last week on passivationists and activationists. Okay, yes, last week Wednesday live. I don't want to mention videos that I have already shot, but I'm yet to publish. Okay, so last week I talked about activationists and passivationists. Activationists, those ones have ideas. They have great ideas. They bring things, they make things happen. They work towards it. They are committed to making those ideas become a reality. But passivationists, on the other hand, they also have ideas, but it's all talk and no action. You don't want to be a passivation,ist so you want to be an activation. You want to be somebody that if you have any reason to like take a picture of whatever on Instagram, maybe you found a picture of a dress, you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this dress, and then the picture has been sleeping in your phone for the past 1 year. Come on, are you an activationist or a passivationist? You can answer that question yourself. These are goals that you have set for yourself to achieve, but what are you doing if you're not achieving those goals? What's the point? So stick with your goal and measure your progress as time goes on. So make sure that you measure your progress, at the same time. Like I said, in my Facebook group, I asked people, in the beginning of the week, I asked them, have you set your goals for this week? Midweek, I asked them, how far along have you gone with your goals? Thank you, Mr. Shofala. Thank you for joining us, So you ask yourself in the middle of the week, how far along have you gone with these goals on a scale from 1 to 100? I asked people in my Facebook group. It's called Business Mogul. So please feel free to join the group anytime, and I'll be sure to add you right in. So middle of the week, I ask you, how far along have you gone with your goals for this week? And then by the end of the week, I also ask, are you done? Like, have you started setting goals for next week? So I try as much as possible to remind every one of us, of all our goals, and you can't be doing business as usual. So that my group is going to serve as an accountability partners, for people that have businesses, and even it doesn't even have to be with personal development. What are you planning to do? You want to improve yourself, your career or what have you. So please feel free to join my Facebook group. Stick with your goal and measure your progress. Then repeat. So if it's working, you have been able to set your goals and achieve them, then don't say, okay, I've achieved it and then that's it. If you have another goal, use the same strategy. Stay true to it. Make sure it's measurable, make sure it's attainable, it's relevant. Have accountability partners or business besties, people that will ginger you, people that will remind you all the time, hey, what's up, you said you were going to do this thing, how far along have you gone? So, and that is what my group is there for. So in summary, I like to drop a highlight the points that I've listed already. Thank you guys for watching this. So number 1, set goals that are important to you. Number 2 is set goals that motivate you. Number 3, set goals that are achievable. Number 4, align your values with your goals, and then surround yourself with people that support you and your goals. Surround yourself with people that would support your dreams, people that will support your goals, people that you can easily relate with. You can ask to help you review this thing. What do you think? And become more accountable. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you can actually set your goals and achieve them. And if this video has blessed you, you know how we do it. Please click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to go to my profile and then click on the links. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be dropping this video on YouTube for the benefit of those that have missed today's episode. So I'll see you again next Wednesday by God's grace. It's called Wednesday Giveback series. So thank you guys for your time. I'll see you again next week. God bless you. Bye.